my name is Lila, and thank you for watching my channel. Today we're going to talk about how to be a better miniature painter right now. It totally makes sense that you want to be a better miniature painter ASAP. There are plenty of things that you can do to learn to be a better miniature painter. You can learn new techniques, get new equipment, buy better models, but usually those things still take time to learn and master and to really see results. However, I have 5 tips that can help you become a better miniature painter right now on your very next model, no matter what model you have. The first thing you need to do is remove all mold lines, even if you think you won't see them in the final product. This is especially important if the miniature is something you need to assemble. There have definitely been times where I saw a mold line and thought, I don't need to take care of that. It's going to be on the underside of the mini. And it wasn't. So don't do that. Remove all mold lines, even if you think you won't see them. This is far better than doing a bunch of painting and then realizing that you can still see the mold lines. Suck it up and take care of the mold lines now. Number 2 is plan your color scheme. Now, I do have another video, which I will go ahead and put in the cards, wherever those are, all about how to use a free online photo editing program to help you plan your color scheme. So, I know I've talked about this before, I've talked about this several times, but it's really just that important. A very easy way to ruin a model is to continuously be painting over the same area over and over again because you can't decide what color you want it. So again, save yourself time, just go do a digital mock-up online. Number 3 is draw the eyes where you want them by adding highlight. Our eyes are automatically drawn to the brightest part of an area. Scientifically, we are attracted to light because the cones in our eyes react to light and our brain is searching out that interaction. We can use this to our advantage by making the most important part of the miniature the brightest part. We can also use the inverse of this to our advantage by making the areas that aren't as important darker. A good rule of thumb is to paint the lower half of the mini darker than the top half. There's no point in spending hours on working on bootstraps if the flame in their hand is the most important part of the scene. So save yourself a bit of time by making the lower half darker and less detailed and being able to draw the eye where you want it in the scene. A few places that I usually like to draw the focus is the face, any magical effects, and weapons. Number 4 is add shadow beneath your miniature. And I don't only mean add shadows to your miniature, I mean add shadows underneath your miniature. Now, obviously, you want to be painting shadows under the arms, under the cloak, places like that of your miniature. That's pretty obvious. But the area that people often forget about is the base. How is your miniature interacting with the base? Where should the shadow be and how strong should it be? Also, should there be shadow underneath any of the other elements on your base, like flowers or rocks or trees? Frequently, we spend so much time working on the miniature that we kind of forget about the base. Adding shadow underneath your miniature to the base helps ground your miniature in the scene and helps incorporate the 2 elements, making the base seem more realistic. If you're not sure how to do it, I suggest either doing a glaze of black using a black wash like from Citadel, or simply doing a darker color of whatever you've painted the base to be. I absolutely paint right over foliage, so don't think that since you've put grass down, that ruins it. I paint right over it, and since it's darker, your eyes are less likely to be drawn to that area anyway. Number 5 is lining. When I first started, I approached miniature painting like the artist that I'm trained to be. And when you are drawing, lines aren't a real thing. There are no lines in life. What there are instead is shadows. So when I approached miniature painting, I painted each item its own color. And I didn't line my miniatures like I had seen a lot of other people do. Because in my mind, lines are fake, they don't actually exist, so I'm not going to paint them. However, what I went on to realize was that lining actually acts like a shadow. What it is the areas are so small and so tiny, you can't actually paint a shadow there. However, you can break up that space by adding lining. Now, lining can be black if you want it to be very harsh, Or you can make it a darker color of whatever color is nearby. Dark brown, dark blue, dark purple, you get the idea. What this does is it helps break up the miniature and also really makes it pop. Without lighting, your miniature tends to blur and blend together, and it doesn't seem as realistic. So this is just a quick one today. I hope that these 5 tips will help you become a miniature painter. Please feel free to follow me on Instagram and go ahead and support me on Patreon if you would like to see videos ahead of time and be an active member of my community. I love hearing from you, so please feel free to tag me on Instagram if you've used any of these techniques and found them helpful. And as always, if you have any videos you would like to see, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day, and what are you doing here? Go paint minis. This is Mochi. He is my sweet baby. Apparently he is very excited to be filming today, so please forgive him as he bips and bumps in and out of the scene.